That started with this. I'm going, oh, that's cool. You know, and thinking like that could be something. And of course, we only recognize it as something because we've heard it before, you know, and it is kind of interesting. But it's just, those are those moments, those kind of weird moments where you go, yeah, okay, I can do something with that. I was trying to get into scoring films at the time, and I asked Madonna if, as a favor, she'd write lyrics for the song, because they asked me to write an M-title song too, and she said she would. So it was kind of like, this is a coup. I'm gonna get this movie because she's gonna help me, you know, do this. I had all of this. I had the whole song because it was my movie theme. She was on her way to do me this favor of writing the lyrics, and they called and said no. And so when she got there, because there were, you know, no cell phones, she got there and I said, sorry, you had to drive all this way, but you know, they fired me and no, it's not going to happen. And she said, well, let me hear it because Sean's got this new movie that he's working on. And this is a crazy story, and this might sound like you can't even use it because it doesn't sound true. I had to go to work with Michael Jackson and Quincy writing songs for Michael's Bad record. So I went to Michael's house, and I was at Michael's, and the phone rang, and they said, Madonna's on the phone, and I picked it up, and it was actually Sean Penn. And he said, can you come to Jamie Foley's house right now? Who's the director of Echoless Range. And I said, not right this minute. I can't. You know what I mean?
With
Michael's standing here, Quincy's sitting here. No, not now. But when I finished, I drove to his house, and she was there, and Sean was there, and Jamie Foley was there. And they said, we love the song, and we want to use it for the movie. And Madonna said, who's going to sing it? And we all went, you're going to sing it. She says, oh, it's too low for me. It's too weird. She said, no, you're going to, you know, like, it was one of those things where like, no, you should sing this. She didn't even consider that she was going to sing it. And then Jamie looked at me and said, and Madonna said you could score my movie. I said, I can. He says, you're hired. So I got fired, wrote that song, and got hired to do another movie the same day, all in one day, probably before dinner. I mean, it was like mad, just mad. We worked on the song, and we ended up going back to the original 8-track and transferring it over to multi-track. I think her vocal, in fact, I know her vocal was the one she sang that day at my house. She never sang it again. She tried to, but it was like, that was it. It was all this stuff that was just simple, focused emotions. Of that song is it was such a weird song. I think it's just I don't know. I think it spoke to people in some other way, and it really surprised people that, you know, here's Madonna, and the last record, this before Lift to Toe, was Like a Virgin. So like the last things they heard from her were Material Girl and Like a Virgin, and then this. And believe me, that was one scared record company. She said, this is the first single. It's like, oh my God. You know, they really said it's over. Like, it's over. You're doomed. You're putting out a 7-minute song that stops 3 times. That's just this weird, dark thing. They were certain it was over.
The truth is never